Hey guys, what's up? So if you're enjoying the content and you really want to learn and keep on growing with me, this is Simple Fitness for you. Remember, every video, every week, you're gonna get something new. So today what I really want to go over is, are you having knee pain when you squat? Now, a lot of people think it's the knee. It is not the knee. At the end of the day, the knee is only responsible for extension and coming back and retracting back. So we're extending and we're retracting back. That's all the knee is responsible for. So when you're squatting, it is not the knee that is the issue. Typically, it is your ankles and your hips. So I'm gonna do a squat, and when you're squatting, you're about shoulder width apart, you're coming down. Well, the hip is responsible for externally rotating just slightly out, and your ankle is gonna be responsible for the knee popping over the toe. So there's two things you need to do. We'll start with the ankle first. Now with the ankle, there's a test you can do. You put a piece of tape here, 5 inches out, and you're simply gonna keep your heel on the ground and try to go as far as you can. Well, if you can't even go over your toe, or if you're 1 or 2 inches over the toe, you're really not in a good position. Now, if you're 3 to 4 inches, that's pretty good. If you're at 5 inches, it's great, right? So let's say you're not really good going over your toe. Well, there's a simple stretch that you're gonna do at the bottom here. So what you'll do is you come up, you're gonna come forward. This is called the combat stretch. You're gonna leave the heel on the ground. Before you do anything, drive that heel into the ground. You're gonna feel the Achilles kind of stretch. You'll hold for a little bit, and then what you'll do is you're gonna raise up your toes. Now they're not physically gonna come out off the ground, but it's gonna feel like that, and you're gonna activate the shins. And you'll hold here for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then you'll go to the other side. And it's important when you go to the other side, make sure your back foot is tucked in, and you repeat here, heel back, raise your toes up, and feel the shins activate. It's a simple combat stretch. And to make sure it works for you, what you're gonna do is right after you finish that stretch, you're gonna go right back into a squat. I can tell you, even just doing it for 10 to 15 seconds, which is all I pretty much need, it actually helped me out. Now, that being said, that takes care of the ankles. The ankles need to be stable. It needs to be able to move forward with the knee to allow you to have a better squat. Now, the hip is responsible for external rotation. It's a ball socket joint, works for internal, external rotation. And we're to be doing what's called the 90-90. So this one, you're actually gonna go to the ground. You're to be here. Front leg is at 90 degrees. Back leg is at 90 degrees here. You're gonna come up as high as you can. You may be to the side a little bit, but you can use your hands to the best of your capability. Nobody's perfect. Start where you're at. First thing you do, this is more active than it is passive. So I'm not gonna use my hand. What I'm gonna do is use my hip and drive my knee down into the ground. This is activating your glute for external rotation. And that's when you're gonna lean forward. Make sure you keep that spine straight, because if I'm starting to curve, I'm not using my glute as much. So make sure you stay straight. You're gonna drive down, and then you're gonna drive that back knee down into the ground as you go forward, and then you're gonna raise your heel off the ground. You're gonna feel this is internal rotation. This is on external rotation. You're gonna hold for a little bit, then you'll relax back down. Some people will cramp up in that back hip. Some people will cramp up in the front hip. It's okay to cramp up because we're working at a single joint. Then you're gonna switch sides, right? And you'll notice one side's gonna be better than the other. You'll be back in that 90-90. You'll come up as high as you can. Drive that knee forward. Lean, keep your body as straight as possible. Drive this knee back, rotate upwards. And as you can see in this video, my left is not as good as my right. And then I'm gonna go back down, and then you're gonna repeat the squat again. So you're just gonna be here, go down and back up. Just doing those two moves without me warming up, I can tell you my squat is way better. Now that being said, this is not something that you have to set 15, 20 minutes aside. Maybe you just do one rep like I did right now, once in the morning, once around lunchtime, once in the evening. These mobility exercises are meant for frequency to get better at a bigger movement, which is a squat. Over time, you would need them less and less. So combat stretch, 90-90, hit them, and I guarantee you're gonna get better results, not just squatting, but better results in the weight room, lifting heavier weight.